Thank you so much for staying with us here on 13 ABC. We appreciate it. We have extended coverage this morning of our winter weather alert. And my name is Jeff Smith.
I'm Sasha Bray. If you're just joining us this morning, welcome. If you've been with us since 4:30 this morning when we went on the air, well, we're glad you're still with us. We know that there's a lot going on out there, and we want to make sure that you feel like you know how safe you are, where you can go, where you shouldn't be going. And we're talking with everyone to get the most up-to-date information.
Schools across the board closed this morning. If you need updates on event cancellations, you can go to our website, 13abc.com. We have been streaming our broadcast all morning long, as we said, so even people in the far east of the world, not just the far east of our viewing area, can see what we're doing.
Portugal, they can watch us this morning and see what we're dealing with.
You know, we wanted to bring up people saying, why are you on? Why can't I see GMA right now? Well, the reason being, we're watching the weather once again, like we were Monday, and saying Tuesday and Wednesday is going to be those days to watch this week. We're waiting for the wind. Kind of alliteration right there, but it is serious. It could continue to create blowing and drifting conditions that'll be hard to get through.
Jay Burschbach's been warning us about that wind all morning long. He joins us now in the Storm Lab.
Yeah, and that wind about 1,000 feet above us hasn't really hit the surface yet. It's been breezy overnight, but not classified as windy. We've had some minor blowing and drifting snow. That'll become a big problem, I think, throughout the day, and still tracking some light snow falling from the skies. Estimates here, 10 to 11 inches in the Glass City, and Live Doppler 13,000 shows. We're not done yet. Pretty much up and down 75, east and west. Visibilities range from 1 to 3 miles, so it's a lighter snow. It's chilly. The kiddies are home today. Make sure they bundle up before they head out and play in that snow. Wind chill factors are in the single digits, if not near or below zero. And then for the winds here, they have shifted. That was the first thing we were expecting, to go from a southwest wind to more of a northwesterly wind. That's step one. Step two now is for the winds to be increasing. Wind speeds, these are sustained winds, now about 10 to 15 miles per hour. That's a ramp up from last check, and now gusting near 22 in Adrian. Later on today, those gusts will be even higher. At the airport, it's 20 degrees. We have that wind out of the northwest, and the wind chill factor is pretty chilly. Let's take a live look outside now at the wind via the Oregon East Toledo camera. Look at that smokestack there. Do you see the smoke? Not rising straight up, it's going to the left, and that's with that northwest wind. That's the wind just above the surface that's about to make it down near us. All right, the temperature is cold, 20 degrees or so. Winds are increasing with a wind chill factor of 10, and that's one of the balmier spots. I want to thank the viewers that send pictures, and I just checked our inbox. There are more coming in right now, so we'll have these throughout the day. If you're home from work or even driving to work, we'd love to see a snapshot. Do it safely, though. Part of See It, Shoot It, Send It. Email us, pictures@abc.com. So this is from Allison and Danielle. They work at the Toledo City paper, and they said, oh, there was a guy on a bike, so be careful. This is Laurel in Lindsay, Ohio. That's a big drift. Look how tall that drift, that's a dog on top of that snow drift in her backyard, and that's before the winds are picking up. So just imagine what that may look like tonight. Karen, got a picture. That's not Karen herself. That's her buddy outside there. He is just waiting the storm out there, hanging onto that little branch as the snowflakes fall around him. And a final picture here. This is my favorite of the day. Not my neighbor, but it's your neighbor perhaps, out in the snow. Oh, it's so nice to snow blow in shorts. No, don't do that if you can. I'd advise snow pants for the kids and long sleeves and sweaters and all that. So today, an inch or two of snow. That's on top of what you have right now. Northwest winds will be increasing. The snow's gone by tonight and tomorrow, but still breezy. And one of our major factors, been talking about this all day, is blowing and drifting snow. Tomorrow's high 29. We're dry Friday. A little break here, a chance to dig out before flurries move back in Saturday evening into Sunday. Under an inch there. And then for Monday, President's Day, maybe some light snows there. That storm looks to bring 1 to 2 inches. And really for the next week, we are not going to hit the freezing mark, so the snow you have now and the snow that's blowing around later will stick around for quite some time. All right, that's the weather forecast. Let's check the roads. Not the best, of course, but let's help you get to your destination with Andy McKay. Here's AAA Time Saver Traffic.
Thanks, Jay, and good morning, everybody. Let's take a look at our live action cam. This is downtown, looking off at I-75, Collingwood Boulevard, and the Anthony Wayne Trail. You can see the traffic volume is picking up this morning. The roads are still slippery and snow-covered, and we have several areas that will be causing you a problem this morning. First, we still have the train that is stopped on Wynn Road, and Wynn is closed right at Star Avenue, right around Pearson Park. So you're going to have a delay there. And we also have some other problem areas. If we can go to our maps right now, we could take a look. That's the Wynn Road that is closed. And we also have the accident northbound I-75. This is near Detroit Avenue. That is in the clearing stages, but expect a delay there. Also an accident and a single car accident. This is westbound 475 between Corey Road and the 475-23 split. We also have a semi accident, and this is on northbound I-75 at mile marker number 171. That's near Signet. So you're going to have delays along I-75 as well. Keep in mind, the roads are snow covered, blowing and drifting snow, and you are going to have delays until ODOT crews can get all of this cleared up. And they've been out all night trying to do that, so give yourself some extra time as you head out this morning. I'm Andy McKay with your AAA Time Saver Traffic.
Well, earlier this morning, we spoke with the sheriff of Wood County to get an idea of what things looked like a little south of us. We're going to check in now with the sheriff of Sandusky County.
Kyle Overmeyer, sheriff, is with us now on the line, joining us to kind of give us an update as we try to kind of cherry pick and bring in updates from all over the region. Sheriff, good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
Well, we're doing okay. How are the roads looking for you guys?
Actually, at this time, I am out on the roads. I'm heading westbound on US 20 here, and it is not snow covered at this point. The state and the county's done a super job getting them cleared, but it's kind of slippery out here right now. I think the dropping of temperatures caused the slippery pavement, so hopefully the drivers be very careful and only go to work if their employers are needing them to come at this time.
Sheriff, obviously the turnpike runs right through your county. We're talking folks in Bellevue, Clyde, Fremont, Gibsonburg, just to name a few. But as far as those roads are concerned, and we know there are a lot of rural roads out there where that wind, if it picks up, it's going to be a problem, right?
Well, that's correct. And late last night and into early morning here, I was out traveling the roads, and it seemed like our north and south county roads were pretty much snow covered, some not, I would say not passable for passenger cars, and hopefully the county, like I said, the county crews can keep up with them. But right now, no major accidents, which is a blessing right now.
That's actually really good news, especially considering, you know, we've had these storms in the past and we just see truck after truck sort of unable to control themselves in this kind of wind. So that's good news. We're glad to hear that, Sheriff.
Yeah, and hopefully it continues all day, and we can keep things under control here in Sandusky County.
All right, well, we'll keep you posted on all that is going on weather-wise. If you keep it right here with 13 ABC, we appreciate you sticking with us this morning.
Thank you very much, and everybody drive safe today. Have a great day.
Sounds good. Thanks so much. Well, we're turning in, we've been talking also, you talked about cherry picking. We're looking around our region, but we're also looking to the east.
Yes, in cherry picking, Washington, D.C.
Hey, that
blossoming
worked out,
cherry
didn't
trees. Hey, we want to check in with ABC's Viviana Hurtado this morning. She is joining us now live from D.C., the nation's capital, where they are about to set a record if they get 9 more inches of snow. Viviana.
It's hard to believe, Jeff, and good morning to you and Sasha, that we will not break that record today. Good morning from snowy Washington, D.C., where it's probably really tough to make out the nation's capital behind me because we're starting to near whiteout conditions. This is a wicked winter weather system that's having an impact as far west as Chicago and north as New England. And for millions of Americans, they are going to need this and a whole lot of patience to dig out.
Wicked winter weather is making travel conditions dangerous. It's also paralyzing cities from Chicago to the Washington, D.C. area up north to New England. Train after train has been canceled in the busy Northeast corridor, although Amtrak is trying to run limited service.
Pretty much every hour in the hour canceled.
And with this monster double weather system impacting 1/3 of the country, airlines are expected to cancel at least 5,000 flights.
Probably won't get a flight back out until Thursday.
New York City and New England dodged this past weekend's weather bullet, but today are under the gun.
I have a feeling this will be a big one.
Schools are closed and people have rushed to stores to stock up and hunker down for several days.
There's no eggs, there's no cheese, there's no meat. It's crazy.
The federal government is still closed, and in the Washington, D.C. area as far north as New Jersey, thousands are still without power. Some residents are worried that their roofs could collapse under the weight of more snow. Winter-weary residents and crews are still working to clear up to 3 feet of snow from roads and sidewalks.
I started yesterday, So we've been all week around the clock.
And with up to 2 feet of snow predicted to fall in some areas, digging out could last for days.
And this season has broken snowfall records. And just so that you know, this is the snowiest winter on records in Baltimore. And here in the nation's capital, as we were just talking about, and further north in Philadelphia, well, these cities are just inches away from their records. Reporting live in Washington, I'm Viviana Hurtado, 13 ABC Action News. Jeff and Sasha, back to you.
Viviana, we took the picture of the Capitol just about an hour ago, and it was totally visible. It's amazing now that you guys are getting dumped on.
Well, we know you mentioned briefly that the federal government's actually closed for the third day in a row at an estimated cost of, I think it's $100 million to taxpayers in lost productivity. Is anybody working?
There are some people working, but you could understand, I guess, once you realize how quickly, as Jeff was noting, that the conditions have deteriorated here, almost whiteout conditions, how dangerous it would be for a lot of these people to get on the roads. What's interesting about this is to remember that about 85% of the federal workers actually work outside of Washington, so this is essential work that's still being done. But as far as the federal employees in the region are concerned, a fair amount of them are telecommuting. We did want to let you know that we checked in with the IRS, and they tell us that this winter weather should not be impacting tax returns. Jeff and Sasha.
So a lot of people saying, all right, well, that's one thing we know now.
Yeah, get my return to me, they're saying.
Yeah.
All right, Viviana Hurtado reporting live for us from Washington, D.C. We appreciate it. Get in. Get some cover.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.